Yeah. What do you guys got going on? Anything?
Not
What are we
much.
doing here?
Like I said, I stopped by earlier to see Kevin and them. They were having their little powwow group.
Were they?
And, yeah.
Little meeting?
Yeah, a little meeting. Thursdays apparently is when it is. So I'm like, maybe I need to show up more Thursdays.
That's fair. I don't want to do the serious thing. Like, there's more serious topics to talk about, and I'm just annoyed by them.
You know, that's fair. Let's be lighthearted today.
Let's talk about how I'm absolutely crushing in F1 fantasy.
No, I don't need to talk to you, Max Verstappen. You just sit over there.
I'm almost 500 points up.
Yeah, exactly. It's fucking gross. Okay.
And it's going to be worse after this weekend because I'm using that chip.
I know you're using
unlimited chip.
the unlimited fucking chip of destiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's that work?
So you don't have a
Basically-
cost cap.
Yeah, it's fucking.
Oh,
stupid.
nice.
So I could just pick. It's going to be like right now. It's both Red Bull drivers, both McLaren drivers, and Lewis Hamilton. And I'm debating whether or not. So Piastri's on the chopping block and Perez is on the chopping block, and it would be probably Leclerc for Ferrari. And then Piastri, I want to watch. I'll watch practice when I get up in the morning, and then see. I might swap because Danny Rick, even though that AlphaTauri is garbage, has been driving it really well.
Yeah, he's driving the pants off that.
Yeah, he really is. So I might swap Piastri for Danny Rick. Depends on what I see in practice.
Yeah, I'd like to see some numbers.
Yeah.
See who's.
But you only get one practice session this week because it's a sprint race.
Well, that's the good thing about it, though, is they all have to go hard.
Well, the other side of that is you want to use your coins that get you extra points in sprint races because you get a whole extra race worth of points.
Yeah.
Does he have a
Pro,
coin?
pro tip.
Yeah, he is. I don't know if he's going to use it or not. He didn't use his last. So there's two coins that you have to use on a sprint race. It was this one and the double DRS. And he used his not on a sprint race to catch me. And then I used it on a sprint race weekend. And I got all the points that he caught up to me with plus another 50 or something.
Yeah, it was stupid.
So he should have used it on a sprint race.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Because you do get a whole other race of extra points. And a whole other qualifying session of extra points.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a pro tip right there.
Yeah. Use your tokens on sprint race
The
weekends.
sprint race is where the money's at.
Or are you going to be 200 points behind the guy in second?
500 points
500.
is what I'm beating him by right now.
Oh,
I think it's.
I thought it was like you had 500. You're beating him by 500.
Oh, I've got like
he's-
489
Yeah,
points
he
on
is
him.
quite literally Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
Verstappen.
Yeah, he's Verstappen on this guy right now. It's so stupid.
It's not pretty.
No.
No, it doesn't sound pretty. Like, I'm doing fantasy hockey, and I'm only like 50 points ahead. And I got lucky because he just had a baby.
So he just didn't make his changes?
Yeah, so I'm winning at this point in my mind because he has a baby, and I'm like, yes.
That's messed up.
Listen, you have to take advantage of everything. And if the baby helps, it helps.
No, that's fair. That's 100% legitimate.
And like last year, he beat everybody by like 200 points every time.
Yeah.
Irritated the shit out of me. Because I'm like, I thought I was doing pretty good.
No, that's what I was behind for 1 week. 2 weeks. Because I waited for the sprint race weekend to use that coin.
Yeah, you had to wait, so you were like,
I was behind for 2 weeks.
Yep.
You're like, I'll give this to
I
him.
was like 16 points behind.
I'll let
Yeah.
him think he has a chance and then just take off.
And then it just got worse. I
It-
swapped
you
to
have
the
been
McLaren
growingly-
drivers.
Yeah, you've been growingly just pulling away.
Yeah, I switched the McLaren drivers at exactly the right time. I dropped Aston's guys at exactly the right time. I did wait probably 2 weeks too long to drop Alonso because I wanted to
Fair.
see him come back.
Yeah, that's fair.
You were hoping
That was
he
the
coming back.
emotional connection.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
was a bit of like you want to see the old Alonso for sure.
Yeah, which is one of the mistakes he made. He's a Ferrari guy.
Yes.
And at some point he swapped to Sainz. And it was a weekend that Sainz DNF'd, and he had to drop Perez to pick up Sainz when Perez was still running really hard. He's got to get the angle just right. Oh.
It's because the cable's getting stuck on the chairs.
Yeah, yeah.
It's wrapped around the front leg and the back legs of that chair.
I didn't see that part.
Yeah.
I mean,
For those of you that can't see this, Will's attempting to try and move his fan.
we've discussed this before,
Yes, we have.
and I was wrong. This just, you know what else I like about this Remus pick that he did? It stands up to cigars really
yes.
well.
Yes, it does.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
when I picked it.
No,
but
no, obviously, but
It's a rye, so most of them do, right?
yeah, I mean, whatever it is about this mash bill and whatever char they use on this barrel, it stands up to cigars really well.
And it just it has the right amount of punch, and it's balanced.
Yeah, it's boozy syrup.
Boozy syrup.
Boozy syrup.
The best kind of syrup.
Boozy syrup.
I will say one of the things that I really like about the Stag Juniors, Stags, whatever, is that the buttery note carries through to the palate. So it's like cinnamon brown sugar butter in liquid form. But this is equally good. This is sweeter than a Stag.
You don't really like sweet whiskeys all that often, or bourbons.
I really like them. It's sort of false. I like them to be really sweet, but I like all the other flavors to also be as rich.
Yeah.
All right, so you want it to stand out on both sides.
Yes, I want like the full structure.
Got it.
But if it's sweet and tastes like peanut butter, he's fuck off.
He doesn't like peanut butter
Yeah.
in his whiskeys or his beers.
I mean, I like peanut butter. I don't mind the peanut. I don't mind nutty whiskeys.
No, I'm talking about the flavored ones.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Screwball. Go fuck yourself. I would much rather have like a Heaven Hill profile nutty whiskey than a whiskey that hasn't developed to that place yet and it's just youth.
Fair.
It's just all grain.
I still got to bring you guys up that Von Payne.
I don't know that I want to try it.
It's heavy black cherry. What's that word for it?
Heavy black cherry.
No.
Medicinal cherry?
No, there's like a certain
Cough
word
syrup?
for it.
Oh.
I'll find it.
Cough
Okay.
syrup.
Yeah, maybe. Close enough.
What's it taste like? Red.
Cough syrup.
NyQuil. The only thing in the world that tastes like the color that it is.
NyQuil.
The green NyQuil tastes like green.
Yep.
And the red NyQuil tastes like red.
Yeah. And then if you
Was
put,
that Dennis Leary's joke?
No, it's Mitch Hedberg's.
Black
Are
currant.
you sure? I thought that was Dennis Leary.
The taste one or the NyQuil on the rocks one?
The taste one.
Oh, that's Dennis Leary.
Yeah, yeah.
No, Mitch Hedberg's was NyQuil on the rocks, but that's for when you're feeling sick but sociable.
Yeah.
So black currant is what it's called.
Okay.
That's the name of that cherry that they use.
Black
I
currant.
didn't think currant
Yeah.
was a cherry. I thought.
I didn't either, and then like I had to look into it a
And
little
it's
bit more.
what type of cherry?
Yeah.
Okay.
What'd you think it was?
Well, I don't know. I didn't know what it was. I know it tastes more like grapes than cherries.
Yeah, I mean it might. This.
Yeah, currant is a type of fruit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it look like?
I don't know.
Never actually seen a photo of one. Probably a little red berry.
Right.
Best
You think,
guess.
you think so? Are you reaching there?
Well, the look of this bottle looks amazing in person with the
This
gargoyle.
pours
on
out of a
top.
gargoyle, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you bought it because
Which
it
is
pours
a
out of
little bit
gargoyle.
ostentatious, if we're being honest.
You're not wrong, but I really wanted to.
You don't get to talk to anybody about ostentatiousness.
I don't.
Yeah, no, you
Why
don't.
not?
You're the most ostentatious.
What
person I
about me
know.
is ostentatious?
Look at you right now.
I'm in a flannel shirt.
Screaming ostentatious.
In what world?
Oh, no one's seen him walk in with his gold suit.
Oh, you knock. If anyone in here owns a gold suit, it's you.
It actually looks like a
it's
grape.
silver. Thank you very much. It's silver.
Oh, look, a little berry.
It's a grape,
It looks like a grape.
Yeah.
but it's a currant.
It tastes more like a grape than a cherry.
Okay,
It's
it's a currant.
it's a blurry screen there.
Yeah, I know. I saw. But I gave it close enough. They could look up currant if they
Yeah,
want. Black
exactly.
you
currant.
want,
black
yeah,
currant.
you want to look it up? It's a small,
I mean,
tiny
it's a
berry.
tasty.
Listen,
it's
it-
tasty in soda.
In bourbons, it is not.
Just a bit much.
It's a bit.
Is it
it's-
actually infused with that on some level?
I'm guessing it is because it's like heavy and like that
Oh.
dark cherry flavor, and the actual bottle is like the whiskey. How this looks like this. Now imagine it red.
So you just need a little ginger ale.
I don't drink
There's
ginger
some.
ale,
So
so
they,
it'll never
they do
work.
this. They call it wave stave. They basically take a saw and saw grooves into the staves perpendicular to the stave direction and age bourbon in that.
How's that work?
It darkens the shit out of the whiskey. So 13th Colony, like their double oak, their barrel picks, all their stuff is
Dark.
wave stave.
Is that because they char that area a little bit more?
It just adds surface area.
Okay.
It's adding
Oh,
so
'cause it's
so
curvature?
think about a groove, right? No, it's a hard groove. So it's
Oh.
like instead of being like this, it's like this. So you're just adding surface area. I imagine it's a lot like using a smaller barrel.
Okay.
It's adding surface area to volume. But it makes this whiskey that's just It looks like coffee
So I'm
Wow.
curious, how do they actually get that groove in there?
with a saw.
Like, are they taking apart the barrel and hitting it with the saw, or like?
I don't know if they're doing it before or after. I don't know that
That's
much
what
about
I'm
it.
curious about.
That sounds like a Google video moment later.
Right? Like, there's
I
just
missed
a
out on
small
the-
guy that hops in there with a saw and just takes it around and spins in a circle.
I had a chance to buy the 13th Colony Double Oak, and I passed on it. It was
Oh, yeah.
$200 or something.
Oh,
I was thinking it was $200 with last year's retail, which was like 89.
Yeah.
This year's retail was like 150.
oh.
And if I knew the SRP on it was 150, I probably would have just bought it.
Fair.
And I passed on it. It's going to be one of the whiskeys of the year. I just fucking, it is what it is. We don't. I mean, it would have been. It was an online thing because we don't get it in this market, and I don't think they get it in California either.
Which is what the Von Payne was. It was an online thing.
Yeah,
And they have it in California and in Vegas, but not here.
dude, I hate how much Vegas gets and hoards all the distributors localized to Vegas and basically send whatever's left to Reno.
Well, they got a
And Gardner.
brewery
It's
out there
Vegas.
too. Yeah, it's Vegas. But they have like a brewery out there, Sin City Brewery. I love their beers. They have a nice porter and a stout that are really good, and
Yeah.
a nice amber, which you can't buy it anywhere else but at that place, at their brewery and at their little satellite shop.
I mean, I do that. Like the Mad Fritz that I get, you can only get there.
Yeah.
I don't know that he has any retail package anywhere.
We still have to get that Cigar City stuff.
He's on.
That Tampa beer.
I've had
whatever. Is it good?
Yeah, they do a good job.
Yeah, but you can't get it here. You have to get it shipped, right?
No, you can get it in California.
Can you?
Yeah, they ship it out now.
Oh, sweet.
They have a distributor in California.
Oh, what? Next time you see one, give me one.
Yeah, they've got what's that sport? Their IPA is named after it.
Oh,
Highlight.
What is highlight?
that's the orange, the big.
It's like a
the
mix
big-
between cricket and lacrosse.
Huh.
Yeah, it's got the big.
Yeah,
swooping
like a
glove thing.
big basket hook thing.
Yeah.
that's highlight.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's only played in Florida.
Is
This is what I'm going with.
I could believe
It,
that.
it has a
That
very
sounds
like,
like a
Middle
Florida
Eastern
sport.
name, but it's only played in Florida. Yeah,
Hey,
it's odd.
the Florida people had to find something of their own.
If you remember the opening credits to Miami Vice, it's the weird sport they're playing in Miami Vice opening credits.
If we're being honest, I feel like pickleball should have been invented in Florida, but it wasn't.
Where was that invented?
It was invented in like West Virginia or something.
Oh, I was
What?
thinking California.
Off the country roads.
Yeah, it should have been Florida or Palm Springs. Those are the options. One or the other.
That's where I thought it came from.
Right? Pickleball? Oh, that came from Palm Springs.
Palm
No, it
Springs.
didn't.
Yeah, hands down Palm Springs.
Hands down, it should have been Palm Springs.
But Virginia?
I never would have thought that
West-
I had friends
West
playing
Virginia?
pickleball.
You have friends playing pickleball.
No.
Yeah, they do a
Isn't
pickleball
that
thing.
like an old lady thing and
It's a retiree thing.
kid
What,
thing?
that's
Like
what
canasta.
my impression was. And then I saw
I know there's
like
a special
the girls that
Olympics
bartend
league.
at Mott, they do like a pickleball thing most mornings at the gym I go to because there's basketball courts.
Is that because it's like tennis for them?
I
it's
don't know.
practice?
It's like tennis without running.
yeah.
It is a lot
like
like
they hit 'em
tennis
to
without
each
running.
other.
It's badminton with a lower net.
I mean, personally, I'd still rather play racquetball.
Well, yeah.
Because you're violent.
So the pickleball ball is pretty dead.
It's like an orange.
It's like a wiffle ball.
yeah.
It's like a really dense wiffle ball.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a
It's
hard
heavy.
plastic. Yeah, it's like if you took a wiffle ball and dipped it
you
in
can't-
plastic.
So I mean, the thing I thought when I saw pickleball was, oh, what an interesting take on tennis. And then I realized, well, it's a shorter court.
Yep.
And then I go, oh, the ball is, I call it a dead ball. So in other words, you got to hit it pretty good and hard in order to get back across the net, and it won't go that far because the court is like,
it's a basketball court.
it's not even that.
It's a
No,
small
it's-
basketball
it's-
court.
Yeah, it's like half.
Yeah, it is. It's a small.
Yeah, because over there at our
I mean, it fits in
at our gym,
Yeah.
it's like half the court is what
They
it's
can
played
do.
on.
Yeah, they can do on a full length court. They can do 2 pickleball courts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like the tennis court basically got chopped off after the first 2 boxes
Yeah, pretty
on
much.
each side of the net.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's silly. I've seen it on ESPN, the Ocho.
And like 2 people play on each side still.
Yeah.
I watched it on the Ocho.
I do watch it on the Ocho. It comes on.
Yeah, I bet you would watch it on the Ocho.
Sad. You don't want to know what's sad? Is the pickleball championship just comes on regular ESPN.
No, I know.
That's a disgrace. Okay.
I've seen people. I
It
think
is
someone on
outside its
Instagram
space.
posted like pickleball championship or something.
Yeah,
I
outside
don't-
of its space. It belongs on the Ocho, and that's it.
right? Like It's sort of a rule. Like there's criteria you have to meet to get off the Ocho,
And they don't meet that criteria.
and the bar is high.
Yes.
Like cornhole should have never come off the Ocho.
No. No.
Definitely a sport.
Definitely an Ocho sport.
It is an Ocho sport for sure. So like all the other ones that are on there.
What is an Ocho?
Wait,
sport?
dodgeball should be out of there.
Ocho Sports?
Yeah, what is
ESPN,
it?
the Ocho.
Okay.
I have no idea. What is Ocho sports?
Ocho Sports. All right, I'll list some of them for you. Pickleball is one of them.
Dodgeball.
Dodgeball is another one.
In fact, dodgeball can be
Dodgeball
said as the first one.
Is definitely the godfather. Although I would beg to differ that it was really those lumberjack sports before that.
No, because there was no Ocho before that.
I know, but they're the genesis.
They might be. I will call them the inspiration
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
of the Ocho.
Yeah, so those are there. What else do they have on there? Oh, corgi races is another one. Professional frisbee.
Is
That's
this
a good one.
channel?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
a channel.
Oh,
it's an
okay.
ESPN channel.
Okay.
Wait. You have to tell them
One
where it
day a
came
year.
from.
What, the Ocho?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It came from dodgeball.
Oh,
Like the movie.
The
dodgeball.
movie dodgeball.
what?
Yeah, so
Yeah. So it goes to a dodgeball tournament, and there's announcers.
Yeah.
And they're announcing for ESPN the Ocho.
And, and as we've
Oh,
seen,
God.
there is the greatest collection of commercials known to man. ESPN has a sense of humor. So ESPN decided that on the one day of the year where there is legitimately no professional sports and not a damn thing going on, they will convert ESPN for 24 to 48 hours to the Ocho.
Dedicated
And
to
it
the
is
Ocho.
dedicated to some of the greatest sports you'll ever watch in your life. Yes. Like last year's air guitar championship. That was fantastic.
Is Dance Dance Revolution ever made an appearance on the Ocho?
There was a Dance Dance Revolution. Yes, there was one of
Really?
those. Yes.
I didn't think it made it there
They
yet.
made it there.
Well, it was big a couple years ago, Dance Dance Revolution.
What else is it?
Like high school years for me.
The parkour tag.
I've
Is
seen
one-
Oh,
that.
that's
pretty
just on
interesting.
ESPN in the middle of the night.
Yes, but it started on the Ocho.
Did it?
Yep.
It's not bad to watch that because
No,
It's entertaining.
Sit down. You're drunk.
It
I
is
am sitting
entertaining.
down, and I'm not drunk
Yes,
yet.
you are. You are drunk.
No, I'm not.
All
I've had more than both of you.
although-
Yes.
All evidence to the contrary.
The
Listen,
best-
I'm not army drunk yet.
The best Ocho sport, in my opinion, though, is the banana ball.
What is banana ball?
Banana ball is a mockery of baseball, and I love every inch of it.
Are they using that square
Yeah,
bat?
that was the one where we watched where if you catch the foul ball, everyone has to touch it before you can get the guy.
Before, yeah.
Yeah, that was
With
banana
all
ball.
the different costumes.
Yes, the
and-
costumes and the yes. If I lived in Savannah, I would have season tickets to the banana ball tournament there.
It is so ridiculous.
'Cause
Bet
it's
you'd have
ridiculous.
season tickets to
What
the
is the
pickleball as
Savannah
well.
minor league baseball team?
I don't know. No one cares because they all go to the banana ball game. I mean,
I don't know if
I
that's
could
accurate.
guess. I don't know what is it. Savannah or Georgia?
It's Savannah.
No, there's
Georgia.
going to be multiple. I bet there's multiple AAA teams in Georgia. AAA and AA, there's definitely multiple.
I can believe that.
baseball.
I
Ba-
used,
yeah.
I used to go to those AAA games when I was a kid. My grandfather was a coach for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a bunch of small bats.
Dude,
little
best
plaques.
baseball hats in the world, not MLB.
Nope.
Definitely AA and AAA.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Well, that would make sense.
What?
So the Savannah Bananas were the actual AAA team,
Oh, really?
and they have just announced in 2012 that they are leaving the Coastal Plain League to specifically go play banana ball.
Oh, okay.
They have left the AAA league to go play banana ball.
When? What year?
2022.
That's.
The Savannah Bananas.
They just announced that the
I'd
Savannah
say it was
Bananas
disappointing, but that's awesome.
Yeah, it's
Isn't that-
hilarious.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, though. Is
Did they create it?
yes, yeah. The Savannah ball is like a silly game they came up with, and then it just got
It
out
got-
of hand.
It got
caught.
worse.
Yeah, legitimately, last year they had the one dude from the Backstreet Boys come out, and he threw a pitch and he sung a song, and the whole team did the dance routine for the song he was singing. It's ridiculous at this point. It's everything I want baseball to be now.
It's like something straight out of Ted Lasso.
I mean, I feel like that's where baseball's going
it really
anyways.
is. But I like some of the rules on there. Like if a crowd member catches a foul ball, you're out.
okay.
So there's one, right? And then the crowd gets a challenge too. So if they see something they don't like, they can actually vote on their side of the field.
The crowd challenge.
Yeah, the crowd has a challenge.
You know, that is a Ted Lasso thing. That would be.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that would be so perfect for a Ted
Oh,
Lasso.
you know what? Hey, you know what, Lane? You actually watched it in its entirety. So happy for you.
Ted Lasso?
Yes.
I did. I finished it.
How'd you like it?
It's good. It's good.
It's a feel good.
It's entertaining.
It's entertaining. It gets you in the feels every now and then. I like it.
Yeah, no, and believe it or not, it actually had pretty good character arc. For everyone.
Yeah, the
Right.
stories are
Except
not
Ted
terrible.
Lasso, who's pretty much the same person from beginning to end.
Yes,
Yes.
he doesn't change.
He's the anchor.
Yeah,
Well, he's American,
He's
so
the
he doesn't
linchpin
change.
of the show,
Yeah.
you could say, and it's everyone around him that changes because of the Lasso way.
You mean, was it the Richmond way?
Yeah, it's not about Ted Lasso; it's the Richmond way.
Yeah.
Yeah. But still, it's a beautiful show.
That was Trent Crimm became a great character.
Dude, Trent Crimm, right? He's a snobby dude from The Independent. You're like, I don't know. And then he goes, all of a sudden he starts to get converted by Ted. You're just like, uh-oh.
I love that new Trent became better Trent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Trent.
Better Trent. That's totally accurate. But still, the best part is when Roy finally accepts that he's been converted.
Yeah.
Like the whole
Make it
last,
stop.
The last 5 episodes of Roy are just like, oh my god, this is textbook hilarious.
Yeah, I love that he's basically two people. Like he's having his own multiple personality disorder.
Yes, there's the angry Roy Kent who will rip off the bench.
And then literally talks to himself. Like he says something that's clearly should come out of Ted's mouth.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, fuck, make it stop.
Please make it
No, it was good. I really enjoyed it.
Honestly though, my favorite character, and it's a shame he was only in 1 episode, but that's legitimately Sam's dad.
Yeah.
Like Olaf.
Oh yeah.
Sam's dad is like my favorite character. Like that dude's just like the biggest cuddly bear ever. And that scene when they all are fixing up the restaurant is fucking beautiful. I don't care.
Oh, when the sign comes on?
Yeah,
And
and
he
you're
realizes what it's called?
You're like, oh man, that hits you so hard. You're like, oh, the feels.
And that'll be its spin-off show.
I honestly, everyone's been talking about this, right? 'Cause
I'm surprised they ended it.
Well, yeah, they said they ended it, and it's like everyone's like, you built enough characters. We could totally watch a season 4 without Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I want to see Roy
See how they
and
do
Nate
after he
and
leaves.
Coach Beard teach the team because that's pretty much all they were doing. Like Ted was just there to crack jokes. Like I want to see them just like do a season 4 where Ted's not there, and we still get to carry the arc because those guys are fantastic.
That would
Yeah.
be interesting for sure.
Yeah, because then you could see what their character development does without him.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, you could.
Yeah.
But there's enough characters there. You wouldn't be bored.
No.
Like you don't need Ted Lasso necessarily to continue. Like
mean-
call the show AFC Richmond. I don't give a shit. The Richmond Files. Because really, it's Beard, Roy, and Jason Sudeikis. Ted. Those are the 3 writers.
Oh, go with the writers.
Yeah, those are the writers. Oh, plus the chick that plays Beard's crazy chess-loving girlfriend. She's also one of the writers.
Okay.
Yeah, those are like the 4 main writers of the show.
Interesting. I
So
didn't
you
know
still
that.
you still have 3 of the 4 writers if you wanted to make the show.
What happened that they made that the last season?
They just wanted to make 3 episodes, 3 seasons.
Oh, just
Yeah.
call it good at 3.
Here's what happened: is they went to somebody and they said, "Look, we want to make that ESPN commercial a real TV show. Where an American goes and coaches football." And they were like, "This is genius. We'll sign up for that." And they're like, "What do you want to do?" 3 seasons.
Oh, the press conference in the commercial is way better than the opening press conference.
Yes, you can see that it's a spiritual successor
Yeah.
to some of it, but you're like, come on, you left some of the good
That
jokes
opening,
out.
that opening press conference is like the opening scene in the newsroom. Good. Like playoffs, no playoffs, no playoffs. It's gonna be easy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or tie. What tie?
Ties. Yeah. Or ties. Yeah.
I like though that every time they argue about like getting relegated, wait, so we play in the Premier League
Oh yeah.
and we get relegated down to the Championship League? That sounds way cooler.
Yeah. Right. Or later when they're like, wait, we win,
Yeah.
So we go to the Championship League or the Champions League.
Yeah, it's the Champions League.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
But we don't have to win to go to the Champions League. No, the top 4 go.
yeah. Oh.
So when we got relegated, we went to the Championship League,
Yeah.
and then we get back and we win,
And
and,
now
we
we
go to
go
the Champions League. I don't know what we're doing.
It's so good. It's just so good. Like the whole show is so good.
Oh my dude, the African billionaire was hilarious.
Oh yeah, the one that's
Oh,
trying to
the
scalp
handshake
I mean,
guy?
incredibly cliche.
The handshake.
Like
dude?
they wrote him to a caricature.
Yes. Yes, they did. Yes, I love that guy too.
But it was a good caricature.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get his way, and he just throws a massive tantrum. Like he's literally dry humping the mannequin.
I like his handshake guy
Oh yeah.
because he doesn't do the hand thing, but so he has a guy dedicated to that.
Yeah.
See, I missed most of the episodes. I only saw the ones with you in
Yeah,
here.
I know. We have to like get you to watch the whole series so you can appreciate it in its entirety.
Listen, I appreciate most of it because I find most of it pretty humorous.
It is.
I'd say 95% of the jokes in that show are jokes I would totally make. So I appreciate
I'm pretty sure
it.
they're jokes that you have made.
Probably, but I appreciate and I appreciate that you really have to pay attention. 'Cause
Yes,
there's
you do.
so many references from each season that you just have to go, holy shit.
You do and you don't. You have to pay attention to get all of it, but you don't have to pay attention for it to be entertaining.
No, you can just I just put on the background and listen to it.
All right,
Yeah.
so that's the question. Did you watch it in its entirety, like all the way through sitting down, or did you use it as background noise?
Both.
He both did, yeah.
I didn't watch. There were episodes that I watched and episodes that were on when I was doing something else.
Did it make you stop and look at it?
Honestly, you don't really have to pay attention until season 3, and that's just because those episodes start to get a little lengthy.
Yeah, but even then, you can still, if you understand, if you know the basic construct of the show, it kind of works like a podcast. You can just listen to it,
Yeah,
and it's good enough.
that's what I use NCIS for.
You're,
I know you don't like it. Disappointed lady face. Look at that. Oh,
Well, I did start watching though. Again,
do I want to hear this?
Boston Legal.
Okay,
Oh,
no,
really?
that's pretty good.
Yeah, I started watching Boston Legal again, and I forgot how much I love William Shatner in that show.
He's good.
Denny Crane?
He's
Denny Crane.
Yeah, Denny Crane. Like,
Denny
there are
Crane.
legitimately episodes where only time you see William Shatner is because he's like they're doing the walking camera thing, and he just comes out of like left field and goes Denny Crane, and then just walks by, and you're like, what? What is he drunk? Like what the hell?
it's probably a running gag.
I
now.
realized what that show is because it's David E. Kelly,
Yeah.
right? And he did The Practice, and The Practice is very serious. Like there's not a lot of humor in The Practice. It has its moments, but for the most part, The Practice is very serious.
Yeah, Boston Legal was him going,
And-
I
yeah.
know a lot of really, really delinquent attorneys.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? Let's go the opposite of the serious attorney who's barely scrubbing by to help people. Fuck that. Let's just go and play with it. And just he's like, these are real lawyers. Let me show you. They're sleazy. They're dirty. They're fucking everything he wants them to be. And he just did like 5 seasons of that to refresh his brain from the seriousness of The Practice. And I love, like, the characters of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Shatner's
good.
fantastic. I would say that James Spader is probably at his best.
I don't think I've watched that.
Yeah, no, he was really good in that.
Yeah, because I like his character. He's like sleazy, but with morality.
Yeah.
It's really weird. Like he's just he'll blackmail, he'll fucking bribe. He doesn't give a shit. But for the most part, it's for the good guys, the little guys. And then after you get to season 2 or 3, it's like William Shatner just shoots a guy every other episode because he doesn't want to deal with him. I love that show. I was like, oh, this is so good.
So I'm excited.
About?
I'm excited. We're less than 17 days to opening.
Are we going to make it?
Mount Rose opens in 5, bro. What are you talking about? 17?
Yeah,
What-
but-
what is
He's talking about
I'm,
Heavenly.
I'm talking about Heavenly.
Or is Heavenly going to make the 17?
it happening?
Yes,
I mean, it was 72 degrees today.
I noticed that, but
Yeah.
not up top.
Yeah.
Okay.
What happened today was like, I
Today
thought
was warm.
I thought the schedule of winter was coming and it was supposed to be
Dude,
cold, and
I
then all of a
had-
sudden it was like, oh,
So,
So they're making snow at night.
okay.
Okay.
Because like 2 days ago,
yeah,
I just like planned out going to the range today
yeah,
with my dad. And I set out.
Golf. Right?
No. We went to the range.
Oh, they're extra.
We set out jeans, like the,
Yeah.
So I set out jeans, like sweatshirt.
sweater.
Got up, and I'm, we're 2,000 feet higher than they are.
Yeah.
Walked outside and was like, I'm pretty sure today is shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you went back
And it
up and
was.
grabbed shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. I walked out of my house at like 2:30 wearing a sweater. And I was like, oh.
That's not necessary.
I'm like, I know I need this later, but I really don't want to wear this right now.
Yeah. No, it was beautiful down there.
Oh, it's so nice. Although the clouds came in later than they should have.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I had to work on my car today.
That's
Oh,
no fun.
Well, that was nice.
And I
The
found
the
out-
weather was nice.
Way to bring down the mood.
Well, yeah, but,
seriously.
but
Cars are pain.
it was pretty easy for me. I just had to change out the spark plugs, but I found out I have to pull off the full air intake manifold.
Okay.
So I had to pull that off. And like as I was pulling out the first spark plug, fine. Didn't look all that bad. Put the new one in. Went to the second spark plug, pulled it out, and it's covered in oil. I'm like, the fuck's this?
What's going on here?
Yeah.
And I clean it out, and I put it back, the new one in, and I go to the third one, full of oil. And now I'm thinking my valve covers are leaking.
Yeah, that's fair.
Ooh.
And that's the thing. I have to pull. I put it all back together because I didn't have the gaskets for it yet. So
See, he's
now-
all, no, it was easy for me, but still depressing.
It was easy at the beginning. I enjoy working on cars. I love doing it.
Well, I'm surprised
But
you
then
didn't
we
leave
hit
it
that.
apart, though.
Huh?
Why didn't you leave it apart?
Because I need to drive it up here.
Oh, this is your
Yeah.
and risk the whole thing lighting on fire.
the Kia.
I was afraid it was going to light on fire because then, like, I touched something and a little bit of gas came out. I'm like, that's not supposed to happen.
Ever tell you I had a roommate whose car burned out on him
Oh yeah.
while he was driving it?
I had a,
One of the full size Broncos, the old like '90s
oh,
full
yeah,
size Broncos.
Those wiring.
the
if
OJ
you didn't
ones?
do
he,
it right.
he was driving from. He didn't work on his car, I don't think. Pretty sure he didn't work on his car. He was driving from Santa Barbara, where his girlfriend lived, back to Slow, where he worked. It was Sunday morning. He worked at Sears. So he pulls in off the freeway. It's like 2 stoplights. He pulls into left turn lane at a stoplight, and he's waiting, and he's kind of a dick, right? So guy pulls up, and he's like,
Oh, I've heard this story.
and Richard was like, whatever. And he's like, Richard's like, God damn it. So he fucking,
Rolls
no
down.
automatic windows, reaches over, rolls down the window, and he's like, what?
We're being shot at.
Yeah. And the dude goes, your car's on fire. And Richard goes, what? And looks forward. And just as he looks forward, his whole dash is engulfed in flames. Can't even leave through the side doors. Like goes out the back, through the back of his car, and then watches his Bronco burn to the ground.
Well, I mean, it's a Bronco.
Yeah.
So by then, what's this? Like 10 years later, 20 years later for this Bronco? Mm-hmm. Probably the wires started to burn out and
Yeah.
caused the fire. Yeah.
Wow.
Those Broncos had that.
Dude, he
issue.
had shitty luck. Actually, same day, so halfway back, there's a little grade between Santa Barbara and Slow. And lady dropped off the grade, fucking wrecks her car. He sees it happen, like it happens right in front of him. He throws his car onto the shoulder and fucking barrels down the grade. By the time he gets down there, the car's burned out. She's, so he's all depressed anyway. Like, just a shitty fucking day.
That
Wow.
is like the shitty day.
That-
Because that one day, was it better for him for the rest of the year? Or?
I mean, he didn't have great luck. He didn't have luck like that.
No.
Jeez. That's crazy.
Yeah, I feel like you've told me that story before.
I might have.
A long time
So
ago.
wait, so real back to shooting. Not that anyone's, I mean, all of our 40 subscribers, the 12 people are going to watch this
41.
episode.
It's 41. Thank you very much.
If any of you are shooters, Modern Samurai Project, his name's Chris, I think. Big ex-fighter. The grip changes he recommends, single most effective grip changes I've ever made. I mean, and I'm a decent shooter. Never experienced any sort of improvement like that in a single day, ever.
Yeah, because you were shooting pretty fast and hitting the target
Yeah.
within a nice grouping.
Yeah, I was pretty talented before. Flattest I've ever held recoil on a gun, and the fastest I've ever been able to deploy multiple shots.
So you're
Nice.
you're gonna start using this more often to try and get it.
Oh, it's my permanent grip fix. And I can't say like what he shows you doesn't give you so you kind of have to figure it out. You're like, all right, so I think he's saying do this, I think he's saying do that, but it gives you a good idea. And it's fantastic. Fantastic. So good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying it out when I go up.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you go from getting real muzzle flip to like 3/8 of an inch,
It's not bad.
maybe. Wow. I mean, super flat. Just incredibly effective.
Are you 9:45?
I shot both. Same thing.
Okay, good.
Same thing on both.
And I shot a micro 45. I shot that P365 I have.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Oh, okay. Same thing.
Little harder to get the grip adjustments that he wants on a gun that's that small, but you can still do it. It's going to give you, so on the 365, I had a pain point right here because I wrap my hand around. I don't put the back strap dead straight because I want to flatten out that wrist. So I rotate it around so it means the small beaver tail hits right there. In fact, I can still feel it. And you just have to accept it because the results are so much better.
Yeah.
Little pain. Not too bad.
Yeah, and I'm sure listen, I do it a bunch more. It's like anything else. It's like calluses on your hands. You'll just not notice it after a while.
Fair.
Yeah, so good. Like, if you're watching this and you're a shooter, look it up. It's worth your time.
Yeah.
What's the name again?
The Modern Samurai Project.
So-
Or
so-
Modern Samurai Project.
Is it your offhand that you're moving up a little bit higher?
Yeah. So basically what he does is he takes your left hand, and instead of pushing it forward, rolling it forward like the modern grip does, he pushes it up. So the meat of your thumb, the pad of your thumb right here, is crawling up basically even with the barrel. Like even with the bore
In
axis.
line with the slide?
Yeah. It's actually overlapping the slide a little bit. And you don't notice, I was worried about it biting initially. I was like, am I going to get slide bite? Never once.
I think because that's a firmer area, you won't get that bite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, never had any problem with it. Best I've shot probably ever.
Nice. Very nice.
That's saying a lot.
And I remember when you
Because
did
you've been
your
shooting
shot.
for a while.
Yeah, and I'm not a bad shooter.
Right.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing with a handgun. I thought this was better. This was substantially better.
Can always learn.
Yeah.
It was a 40% speed improvement.
Wow.
That's impressive.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got back on
Like-
side on the target quick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like not just for one, to go through an entire magazine.
On a
Much
45
faster.
even?
What's that?
On the 45 even.
Yeah.
Nice.
My dad was impressed, and I mean very impressed. And that's not easy to do
And he's extremely
when you're talking about
experienced.
shooting. Yeah.
Yeah. He's got like 30 years of experience.
And he also taught the classes, right?
He didn't ever teach the classes. He would give pointers to because he was a chief. So he would give, and he shot a lot. He would give pointers to the people that were just picking up the habit, but they also had dedicated range masters is all they did.
Yeah.
Oh no!
What?
Why'd you do that to a cigar?
I didn't do it to the cigar. I automatically did it for some reason.
What is that?
What happened?
Well, this is that one, the Dias de la Gloria.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
You
it's a
don't
good
get that from
cigar,
his
too.
cigars very often.
No.
What happened? You get a burn hole?
No, I got
No,
a
he-
huge crack
he
and
just-
it just flared out.
It's blowing apart.
Yeah.
That's a shame. Yeah, no, I've been meaning to get out because I keep walking by my 6.5 and I'm just like, I need to shoot that.
Right?
I say the same thing.
I
I
need
think
to
my
go-
dad's looking at 6.5s.
I need to go out and reach out and touch somebody. Did he shoot the 6.5 when we round? Did he
Yeah.
try it? Okay.
I think that's probably why he's looking to get one.
He also shot my uncle's.
Oh, did your uncle buy a 6.5?
No, he had one.
Oh yeah, because he gave me ammo.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, and his is, it's one of my uncle's weapons, so
Yeah,
it's
so
super dialed.
It's very
yeah.
nice.
yeah.
No, that's fair.
That guy knows how to shoot.
Yeah.
for
When do
sure.
we get to take that vacation trip to your uncle's house? And
Literally whenever you want.
sweet.
I'm
It's
willing
cold
to put
enough
in
there,
for it.
I think, that all the ticks have died.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, even better.
Oh, yeah.
So we can go lay down and do some long distance stuff. Mm-hmm. Road trip, boys. Let's go.
that's-
I don't mind closing the shop.
That's flat plain compared with trees, I guess. But
Actually,
flat
his
plains?
property's pretty hilly.
Really?
Yeah. It's
Is it deer season?
Southern, southeastern Oklahoma is like creek beds and rolling hills and a lot of trees.
Deer season's more like November, December timeframe.
No.
Well,
You know
we're
what's-
in
you know what
November,
is-
but late November.
All year long season
Boar.
there? Boar.
Boar.
Perfect.
And those boars get huge.
Oh, they're big.
Yeah, they're bigger than the pigs that I had.
We're talking about fresh bacon, fresh pork.
Well,
chops.
he's got his property isn't massive, but it's good size. It's 82 acres.
That's pretty massive
pretty
compared to
massive.
what we have here.
Yeah, that's
big.
big.
That's big.
Yeah, but I think about like my mom's grandfather's property at one point was 500 acres.
Where was this at? Same place, though?
No. His property was in Southern Ohio, in Appalachia.
Okay, so I see that, but like we're in Nevada, so I mean, of course, like the most I've seen out here that somebody can get is usually like 41 acres.
Yeah, unless you want to go to the middle of Nevada. I've
Yeah.
seen 1,000-acre lots for sale in the middle of Nevada.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably pretty cheap.
But you
there,
know,
too.
you're in the middle of nowhere.
Nothing's really out there.
Yeah,
other
but
than
you have
coyotes
1,000
and
acres.
Bunnies.
But nothing's growing on that acreage.
Stuff grows out there better than you think.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a decent green patch
Okay.
out there.
Yeah,
You have to drive it like middle of June to see it, but it's a pretty decent green patch out there.
It does get arid out there.
A little bit.
That's the biggest problem with
Yeah, it
all
dries
of Nevada.
everything out.
The dry season is long
Yeah.
and it's dry.
Dangerous.
Hot.
Yeah. How do you like that setup, Will, with that mic?
I like it. I mean, I don't know how it sounds, but
Sounds good.
Sounds
I
good.
mean, it's comfortable, very comfortable.
Well, that's the most important part. Comfort.
Yeah, I was looking at getting another boom arm anyways for this table for my mic. So
Oh, is this yours?
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we moved it. We migrated it over.
So that one will probably stay there permanently now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good setup.
and then I'll probably order a new one because I wanted something a little bit more hefty.
And it's not
Oh.
nearly as obtrusive when you're setting stuff on the table or moving stuff around over there.
Yeah, you don't hear that
Yeah,
banging.
you don't hear the banging.
That ends up being the like get up and help people at the door seat.
You'd hear
Yeah.
it if you put it on there, but like the black table because it's not attached, you won't hear it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
Right.
nice.
No, I was just knocking on the table that it's
Yeah, I
attached
heard
to.
that.
Yep.
Yeah, I can hear that.
I mean, it's not that big of a deal.
No.
And
Not like it was.
Like I noticed it with this mic even when I would hit the table, but with this, it's just dead.
Okay.
I wonder what mine is. Oh, you can hear mine.
It's a little tinny.
You got a full mic. Mine's just the front piece.
Oh, okay.
Casey.
So who am I gonna chop, Casey? Should I seriously look at chopping Perez?
I don't think so.
You think I should keep
I
him?
think you just keep what you got.
What about Piastri
I mean, I don't know. Well,
for one of the Ferrari
Well,
drivers?
how's Piastri doing?
Piastri's been doing pretty decent, except for he got shafted last race. But
Yeah.
I don't know if the McLarens are producing, they're gonna smoke the Ferraris,
Yeah.
and it's hot because we looked up the weather. It's not gonna be cold. Those Ferraris do not like heat.
That's
and
fair.
the twists and turns. I mean, it's an elevation track. It's got twists and turns. I think you should just keep the guys you got.
Yeah.
I think you'd be okay.
Don't look at Russell.
I mean, it depends on practice. I think
Yeah.
practice you're looking for like, because everyone's going to run some kind of like qualifying route of some kind. It's just a matter of seeing when it is. But if Lando and Oscar are hurting in that elevation, which they shouldn't be because their cars are doing okay in Mexico, so they should be fine there. I think you just keep them.
When
Okay.
are they doing the Vegas?
3 weeks.
3 weeks from now. And it's a fucking disaster.
Technically, it's
So-
2 weeks, I guess.
So much. It's a disaster. It's
Well,
amazing.
Is it really?
So it turns out, with 3 weeks left to go, there's 2 parts of the building they haven't finished, but the construction crews promise it'll be done within the week. So that's going. That tearing down the film stuff
Yeah.
has caused the board, I guess, who's in charge of that, to now put in fenced gateways on all the walkovers.
Oh.
So now it's they refrosted the windows, and then they put fences about 6 inches away that are 3-sided, so you can't hop over them, you can't do anything.
Because you can't block those.
Right, you can't block them, so they still have to be walkways.
Yeah.
So now they're walkways. It looks like you're walking through like a prison camp.
Oh,
it's
shit.
so funny. And they have yet to explain to any of the workers on the strip how they are going to get to and from work during the locked out periods
Oh, they're not.
where you are not supposed to be in certain parts of the track.
Oh, that's problematic.
Yeah,
Oh, they're not getting
Yeah.
to work.
no,
I don't think that Vegas is going to be okay with that.
I don't think so either.
You kind of need those people. So there's some problems they haven't figured out quite yet with the Vegas thing. I was reading today, and I was like, oh, that seems like a problem.
Yeah.
A little precarious. You're gonna need those workers.
They can't use the back roads?
Well, here's the problem: is that given the schedule of time they put out, there's a certain time before that scheduled time that you have to have complete control over who's on the track. Which in
Yes.
like Singapore is easy because they're not in the middle of the busiest casino corridor in the world. They're in Singapore where they can just tell
Yeah,
people to
when the
fuck off.
track loops buildings like the Bellagio,
Yeah, the MGM Grand.
that's a problem.
Yeah.
I don't
So-
think it technically laps the MGM Grand.
Does it? Is it the street before that? Then it cuts through.
I think so.
Okay, but still, I mean, we
It would be
navigated
all
it
the stuff
fine.
on the other side. So it's probably like the New York, the Bellagio,
The interiors.
the Mirage, all the stuff on the northwestern side.
Yeah,
I think. I'd have to look at the track
I think
again.
you're right. I'd have to look at the map. But so yeah, but that the internal part needs to be controlled by the stewards.
Yeah.
So once that time hits, okay, you can't go this way. You can't be like, well, I work just over there. Like, no, sorry,
Walk.
walk around. Fuck off.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
I imagine. I mean,
Caesar's Palace is on that side.
yes, but they still have the tram. Right?
Yeah, but
the tram runs through those corridor areas.
Does it go over the top of the race
Yes.
course?
I legitimately would buy the pass for the tram
Just hang out on the tram the whole time.
and just watch it on my phone and then be like, oh, hang on, we're passing over. Oh.
Did I see him? No.
oh. Then the tram goes back the other way. You're like, oh, cool. Now I can see it from a different angle.
You just pull the e-brake. Perfect seat.
There's a
fuck yeah.
There's a tram on the west side.
Yes.
Okay, because I only saw the tram on the east side of the strip. I didn't see it on the right side.
I think it
And
passes both.
Well, it goes from where the Sands was to the MGM Grand.
Right. So that's the eastern side of the strip.
That's where the race is.
Is it on the eastern? Does it lap the eastern side, not the western side?
Which one's which?
Well, the strip is
The west. So the eastern side would be like the Venetian, the Palazzo,
Okay.
the Old Flamingo.
the sphere.
It goes around the sphere.
Okay. Oh.
The sphere is part of a turn.
Oh.
Does it
yeah,
go around
so-
the sphere, or does it go
In front of
right
it.
next to the sphere?
It comes down off where they're having the pit lane area
Yeah.
down, and then it cuts around the sphere, and then straight down the boulevard.
Yeah, but what is the sphere inside the track or just outside the track?
Inside the track.
You're sure?
Yes. I
But
just looked at the map.
So
I'd have
is
to
this
look
going
at
to
the
be
map
like a
again.
permanent course, though?
No.
Yes.
Oh.
Well,
What?
I thought they were building a proper F1 track.
the F1 building is permanent.
Okay.
And as far as I know, the contract is for 5-6 years for a street race.
For the track.
It's just a street race.
It's going to be just a street
I thought
race.
they had plans to build an F1 track.
I think there might be, but
I feel like they're going to have to repave that every year.
They are.
they
absolutely.
will.
Do you know how much traffic that
Yeah, I
road
know how
gets?
much traffic it gets. I used to live there.
Yeah.
I hated that
They're gonna
place.
have to.
Yeah.
I still hate that place.
I mean, you're talking about a place that gets 300 million visits a year,
Yeah.
I believe.
Is that right?
Yeah.
300 million.
I think
You know-
that's the number.
You know what could happen is the casinos, they could just say, "Hey, we've blocked off this amount of rooms for our employees to."
They're trying
stay.
to maximize their dollars, though. I don't think they're going to block off those rooms.
Well, if it's gonna be permanent, they're just gonna build bridges,
True.
More.
More bridges.
like driving bridges,
Oh.
Yeah.
I got
to
you.
get into for the casino employees to get into anything inside the
I
track.
gotta feel there's a way around. Like they just haven't
Like a
like,
new macaroni bowl.
put it in iron, but I feel like they have a way.
I mean, on some level, this is Vegas. They rebuild the entire town like every 10 years.
Right.
This
They
is
could
very
knock out
true.
a bridge in like 3 months.
Well,
Yeah.
and
This is true.
they don't have to just have a bridge. They could do tunnels, which would add to the wash,
Yeah, but you run into
the
trouble.
flash
In,
flood.
you run into
mitigation.
trouble in Vegas with tunnels because the water table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I agree.
I mean, the Vegas River literally goes through a parking garage.
Yes, it
Does
does.
it?
But
Yeah.
yeah, below actually.
Which parking garage?
No, it washes it out.
Harris. It goes through Harris.
Yeah, and it doesn't go below. It washes that thing out.
Yeah.
At least it's always clean.
That is.
I mean, technically, it's below until it floods.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's a flash flood, so it's not going to stay for very long.
No, I think the longest it stayed probably 2-3 days.
That long?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But that's when it's like a consistent rain.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
with the flash floods that happen, I mean, they go through them in about 5 hours, 6 hours.
Usually, right around
Usually.
there.
Yeah, I mean, but if it's but here we are, it's November, and they're going to do it in November?
Yep.
Okay, so I wonder what the rain,
November 17th.
That's usually like that's when the rain gets ready to start.
yeah.
Right around November. But I
There's-
think it's more late
It's
November.
a little early for rains.
I think late November is when it usually is.
Oh, okay. I see. So I can tell you that inside casinos,
Okay.
Harrah's, the Link, the Flamingo, the Cromwell, Bally's, Paris, Planet Hollywood. Those are inside.
Oh, so it is all the east side.
Yeah. The Caesars is on the outside.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Look
okay.
at them.
So Bellagio's on the outside.
Yes.
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 So Venetian and the Palazzo are on the inside?
Yes.
I don't see them on this map.
Are they north of the track? They might be a little too far north.
They're probably north, yeah.
No, if it goes by
Is it-
Bellagio,
Terrible map.
it's right there. Venetian's like across the street and north.
That's what I'm saying. It might be north of the track. That might be that street there,
The Palazzo is a turn.
inside or outside.
Inside. Treasure Island is on the outside.
Right. So when you think of the strip, you got the Treasure Island, Mirage, Caesars, Bellagio.
Yeah, those are all on the outside.
Those are all on the outside.
Yeah, yeah. See, I
That's
thought it was on the
west.
other side.
See, that's the west side.
Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, no, so the tram is there.
Well, I mean, it's the smaller casinos outside of the Palazzo,
Yeah.
On the inside, yeah.
I wonder about Wynn.
but they're not going to bitch any less.
Those are on the outside.
No,
Wynn's on the outside.
because it's
Okay.
still
Yes.
going to cut their profit.
Yeah, the wind's on the outside. Yeah, it's just the Palazzo, Venetian, Harrah's, the Link, the Flamingo,
Is the win is
Cromwell, Horseshoe, Paris, and Planet Hollywood.
the win is sort of northeast of the track?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
but there's so many bridges that are crossing.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be a problem. I think people are just
They should honestly just put It's tall enough. They should just put bulletproof glass in the windows and not frost it.
right.
They'd be better off.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why I mean, I get they don't want spectators, but come on.
It's Vegas. There's spectators from hotel rooms. There's spectators from bars. There's spectators from restaurants.
I figured out where I'd want to be.
Yeah.
Top of the Rio.
Top of the
Oh,
ring.
yeah.
There's one
Yeah.
bar. I forget what casino it's on top of. I believe the entry fee is $100,000.
Oh,
Whoa.
To the bar?
Yes.
I wonder if that's the Rio.
I don't think
No,
it's the Rio.
Rio's off strip. Is it an on
It's
strip?
it's a little
casino?
down, but you'd have like the perfect view.
No. This is like on the track.
Oh, track
It's one
on.
of the casinos like on the track, and the bar's at the top.
Oh, shit.
And you just hang out at the window tables and watch the race.
A little bit of bino. You,
Would that be for that event? It's 100,000, or it's 100,000.
No. Just for F1,
Oh,
the
just
race.
for F1.
Just for Saturday night.
no wonder why it's 100,000.
You know what? I wonder if that's the Sphere.
No, the Sphere doesn't have a bar at the top. The Sphere is a concert venue.
It's a circle.
No, not the Sphere. The tower, the Needle,
Oh, no, that's way too far.
Stratosphere?
north.
That's too
Stratosphere's
far.
too far.
Stratosphere.
That's way too far.
Stratosphere's
north.
too far. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The only one that I can think of that has a bar on top of it that would be tall enough like that is the Paris.
Or what
No,
about
I don't think it's
Aria?
Paris. Although the restaurant at the top of the Eiffel Tower would be amazing.
Yeah.
What about the Aria?
I don't.
Is that too far north?
Yes.
Okay.
Just a little
Just a sec.
Is the
Yeah.
Paris on the outside, I'm guessing?
bit. No, Paris on the inside.
Paris on the inside?
Right?
Yeah.
Venetian,
Yeah.
Paris.
Oh.
Man, I know some
Bally's.
guys that are
That'd be
going to watch that
perfect.
through the surveillance cameras.
That's fair.
I know the director there. Their room's nice, though. Their surveillance room. So
Dude,
nice.
the Vegas surveillance rooms are nice.
Yes.
The Paris has my favorite gambling room.
Does it?
Yeah, the casino floor in the Paris is my favorite.
Yeah,
It's just so nice
oh yeah.
because it's dusk.
What do you mean?
They fake a sky,
Oh,
so it's always dusk.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like that light bluish color
Yeah.
right after the sun goes past the mountains.
Right.
It's that color all the way around the outside of the casino.
Interesting.
It's like you're outside.
yeah.
It's so good.
Well, I mean, they do that at the Forum shops.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's like, it's not really ever nighttime there,
No, it's like a sunset color.
or it's a morning to sunset.
Yeah. Yeah. And they have windows too.
Not at the
Skylights.
Not in the no.
In the forums?
Not in the Forums.
I thought they did.
The mall, the Forums mall.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Oh, they must be fake then.
no. Yes, they
Yeah,
are
okay.
definitely
They're fake. They're
or
fake windows.
You're not. Yeah, or actually, they may even be.
TV screens probably.
No, I'm thinking HVAC,
Oh yeah.
that stuff.
Ventilation.
Ventilation.
So Paris did do the same thing with their surveillance room too. They have that light in there as well.
Oh, do they?
Yeah,
Nice.
it's not. They can turn it off and on, and they usually have it off. But when it's on, it looks nice.
Yeah, it's cozy.
I'll bet.
It's inviting. And then on one of the walls, because it doesn't have a window, they painted on the strip where it should be, and all the buildings there. So
So
That's
you have a
funny.
window even
That's
though you don't have a
funny.
window.
yeah,
Yeah. No, I like the Paris because I like the,
That's a heck of an idea.
they have
Yeah.
that. All the shops are on that cobblestone street too.
oh yeah.
In what
In the Paris.
Oh, in the
Paris.
Paris.
So there's a piano bar
Yeah.
that's part of it, and then right at the piano bar at Wise, it has a cobblestone street. It has all the other shops. It's just a cool like theme. I'm like, oh, this is cool.
They did well with that one.
I
I
like
mean,
that.
I
one.
think they did really well with the Venetian
The Venetian's nice
because it has all those canals.
Oh yeah.
yeah, the canals are pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's and that.
I've never seen anybody
cigar
in the
shops
canals.
there too.
What do you mean?
Like
You mean the boats?
The
Yeah.
gondolas.
the
like
gondolas?
sometimes there's gondolas. They're supposed to be, but I've never seen any in there.
Oh, I have.
Yeah, you just gotta pay for it.
Yeah, I just never saw anybody riding in it. I'd never pay for it.
No, I mean, I guess that would be on the cheap rather than going out to Venice.
Yeah, as opposed to going to Venice and riding a real gondola,
yeah,
it's about as close as you're gonna get.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
I think that'd be the only reason why I go to Venice.
I mean, they have
But-
bridges that go across the canal,
Yeah,
so it's not like you can't.
no, it's just it's
nice. I like it.
It's just to do it. No, I get you. I like that one too. That one's nice.
I remember when New York opened, and that was like, ooh, everybody was. Now it's kind of like,
See,
it's New York.
I like the casinos just outside of Vegas when you were like entering, and it had there was one with a roller coaster inside of it that you can get on.
Well, that was New York.
No,
Oh,
that was
no,
in
No,
Vegas.
outside, it's
Outside
in
of Vegas.
Prim.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's in
Nevada.
Prim.
Prim, yeah,
Prim,
Oh,
California.
up there.
yeah, Prim.
Yeah, on the.
Yeah.
So it's a wooden roller coaster. It's
That's
rickety
on
as
state.
fuck.
That's
Yeah.
on the state line.
I wanted to go on it so bad, but my mom wouldn't let me.
I liked the roller coaster at the Sands. That one was fun. And I liked the New York. That one's okay.
Well, what I loved about the New York one, it was the very first drop.
Yeah.
Very first drop is like you're
Just-
vertical.
Yeah. I liked the Sands one because it was a launch roller coaster.
oh
So you're just like sitting there and you're like, okay, where's this gonna? And then it would make a hard right turn, go down, then it would loop to loop, then it went up this twisty thing, and you could just see the pool.
yeah.
And then you go backwards, and you're like, oh, and then you're back in the lobby. And
Oh,
you're like,
it's one of
okay.
those out
Where
backs.
did we go outside? What happened?
It's
here?
like the boomerang at Knott's Berry Farm.
Yes,
It just launches you in a boomerang.
they just had a merger deal. Did you see that?
Did they?
No.
Yeah, I think Knott's Berry, somebody else, and somebody else, all just merged for some $8 billion deal. I was like, whoa! I didn't
I'm
think the
amazed.
theme park business was that good.
I'm wondering if they're grouping them. So the passes will work at either one of them when you buy
They
it.
See,
must be.
That would be, yeah.
Like
that
the
would be
year
sweet.
passes.
I mean, Knott's Berry Farm's kind of a dog.
I love that place.
Really?
I do. I grew up riding the Ghost Rider constantly. The Ghost Rider was one of my favorite rides and still is to this day.
I don't know that we ever went to Knott's Berry Farm as kids.
So you call it the dog, but you've never been there.
No, I've been there, but we didn't go as kids.
No?
Well, because Disneyland was free.
Oh yeah, because you had parents that worked there.
Yeah.
Well, no wonder
And
why.
even after my parents left, we knew
I-
so many people that worked there.
I appreciate that new study that came out that said basically that adults who like Disneyland are sick,
That's fair.
mentally ill in the head.
Oh,
I mean,
a couple of
I know
those.
adults that still go once a year, and I don't.
Yeah, they're mentally
Yeah.
ill.
I
Can't-
know adults
can't
that go
do that.
twice a year.
Yeah, no,
Can't
they're-
do that.
And go for their anniversary.
yeah, no.
Oh.
Something about like enjoyment in a place specifically designed for children. It's connected to like a level of mental illness.
But the funny part is the person that I know, they don't like being around people at all. And but the
they'll
only
go to-
time they go is Vegas, and not Vegas, Disneyland. When they can go there, they're okay. They ignore everybody else and basically just have fun.
My parents went for their 40th wedding anniversary,
Well, that's memories.
but that was a little bit different.
yeah, they met
Yeah.
at Disneyland.
Yeah.
That's
And they
different.
And like we reached out to Disneyland and let them know who they were and that they were coming,
Oh,
and they got treated really well.
like royalty.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, they technically are royalty.
No, yeah, that's for sure.
So
Yeah.
your-
They
was your
worked what,
mom-
like 20 years there?
What's that?
How long did they work there? Like 20 years?
My dad was probably almost that. My mom wasn't that long.
Yeah,
she
your
was.
dad
I
was
mean,
up
she was there for a while, but it wasn't that long.
Okay.
Now, your mom was Minnie?
No, my mom was a waitress at the Blue Bayou, and
Is the Blue Bayou still there?
I think so. Pretty sure. It was still there a couple years ago. What was the name of the other place? They all dressed up in like old, like mid 1800s to early 1900s regalia.
Okay.
Okay.
Costumes.
Yeah,
So, but Dad was goofy.
for one day.
Oh.
Because remember, you have to do all
So
the
my
jobs.
dad ended up being promoted to the manager of Main Street. So he managed all of Main Street.
Okay.
But to be a manager at Disneyland, you have to have worked every job. The one job that at the time almost no manager candidate had ever worked was to be one of the characters. So there's back, and this would have been,
70s.
yeah, this would have been like 76, 75 or 76. There was like, I don't know, half a dozen times a year where almost all of the characters on a particular day were people that were being promoted to management.
Interesting.
And he had the whole picture of all the manager candidates that day.
Okay.
But he was the only one that could do the goofy laugh, so he was goofy. Yeah.
How long did he practice that?
I don't think he practiced it. I think it was just one of those things like, can anyone do this? And he was like, I can do that. Yeah.
Beats
Your
being,
dad's like, I got this.
beats being Donald Duck.
I still have that picture
What do you mean?
of him in the goofy outfit.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
you should get that reprinted.
Yeah.
Is
I
it?
prob-
Have you digitized it yet?
No, I haven't.
Like,
I probably should.
Like a canvas print
Yeah.
and put it in
Oh,
his
yeah.
living room when he's not there. Just hang it up.
Hang it right above the mantle.
He would die. He would. I could see that. Oh, interesting. Okay.
But yeah, they went down there for 40 and they got taken care of.
Yeah, see,
good.
again, that's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
And-
it's the people who go like every year,
Like the people I know.
which
and
is
the
just
people you
silly.
know.
I don't understand. I don't
Well, they
understand
probably
it.
hadn't been in 20 years.
See, and I've never been a big fan of the Disneyland park.
I mean, I really enjoyed it as a kid.
Well, yeah, you were a
Sure,
kid. Like I
sure.
went one time when I was a kid.
I
haven't
really
been
enjoyed
back
it on.
since then.
I really enjoyed it on grad night.
Oh yeah,
That was fun.
I
Yeah, I
believe it.
bet.
Because it's the middle of the night and you're with a bunch of high schoolers doing things you're not supposed to be doing in Disneyland.
Yeah, exactly. That's totally. That's totally different too.
So, grad night was a whole bunch of different high schools.
Oh yeah, a couple dozen. So Disneyland, and it was a thing every year.
Right.
Because my dad used to tell stories about working grad nights, because you work nonstop,
yeah,
Right.
and you work nonstop for about 6 weeks
Oof.
Oh,
because the park's open
during the day,
and
at night for
yeah,
for the graduating.
and it's like high schools come from all over the country.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
well, and you have to remember that's June, beginning of June, right as the summertime hits. So you're going from hey cool, You know, now the grad nights guys are here. Oh, guess what? Now it's 4th of July.
Yeah, but my dad had something like 480 employees.
Wow.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
That's impressive.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
in charge
well,
of
I
Main
mean,
Street.
but it was Disneyland. I mean, what did they employ? About 2,000 to 3,000 people.
Yeah, it's more now, but yeah, it was like 3,500.
Yeah, back then. I mean,
Yeah.
So.
It's a massive operation.
Oh, absolutely.
There's a Modern Marvels
About Disneyland?
just about Disneyland and Disney World.
yeah.
It's like a 3-parter. It's a cool thing to watch because it shows the construction of Disney World and how it came about because of all the problems at Disneyland. Mm-hmm. And that Walt was like, "No, we need to fix this." And it's like, wow.
Well, their cleaning procedures are intense. Or they used to be. I don't know if they are now. They used to steam clean the sidewalks every night.
Yes,
Oh wow.
that way it always because there's always gum and stuff. People are
Yeah.
and you don't want that
Every night.
every night.
I can't believe that they would stop that.
They, as far as I know, they still do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would.
Yeah.
I would suspect they would have to.
Especially in California.
Oh, it's at both.
I'm
The,
sure.
the problem with Disneyland was the transition of characters.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
So Disneyland, you know, if you were like a cowboy, and you're like, all right, cool, I'm gonna go to lunch. You'd walk through, and all of a sudden you'd be in like the Spaceland.
No. They
You'd be a
don't.
cowboy in Spaceland, and that was one of the big problems. That's when they fixed it at Disney World. They built the whole underground catacomb system.
They have back doors for everything at Disneyland.
Yeah, well, that was their problem was that. But at Disney World, to fix the problem permanently, it's a whole tunnel of catacombs now. Like you basically pick like a secret entrance in your department, and it drops you down into the catacombs. That's what you never see anything at Disney World. You don't see anything. It's
Other
it's
than
it's
what's-
basically a city built on top of a city.
Right.
It's so cool.
I mean, it makes sense.
The way they did it was like whoa. Like underneath, it's like the Death Star. Up top, it's happy-go-lucky. Underneath, Death
And
Star.
I'm guessing they were doing that all while the Disney World was open still. They never closed it.
That was when they were building it.
This when they were building
Oh.
it. Really, the hardest part was getting the land.
Well, it wasn't hard initially.
No, until someone figured out who they were.
Yeah.
It was like Shell Company and different name people started buying up all this terrible land in Florida. People were like,
What's
Why-
going on here?
why are you buying?
Yeah, why do you want
acreage?
that?
Why do you want that land? Like, there's nothing out there.
And then someone found out it was Disney.
Like the news. I think the news printed it
Yeah.
that it got out, and it was.
And then prices skyrocketed.
It was stupid. The last few hundred acres were just, I think, almost the cost of the other acreages doubled.
Oh wow.
So it was like, you know, you bought 120 acres, the last 40 cost the same as 120 because of how much people.
Right.
Well, at least they got 100 acres for.
That reminds me of, because the news ruined it. The news ruined something for Anthony's granddad
What was that?
too. He used to be a guard for the Mint in San Francisco. And one time they were transporting gold from San Francisco to Utah.
Yeah.
It was super secret though. Like everyone in the Mint was like, "Don't tell anybody you're doing this gold run. Like, you don't want to get robbed along the way." And they're like, "Okay, super secret. Don't tell anybody." For 2 days, they're like not telling anyone what they're doing. They leave at 3:00 in the morning in this armored car, drive all the way to Utah, get to Utah, to see in the newspaper San Francisco gold coming to Utah. They're like, "What? It was in the paper. What? How did they know before we knew?"
Nobody reads the paper.
Well, they did back then. It was like the 80s.
Yeah.
Oh, 80s,
Yeah.
yeah. But
And
TV
it was-
was,
and it was
becoming
Utah.
big, so it was starting to go.
Yeah, it was Utah, but it was just hilarious because they were so secretive and so really intense. And they get to Utah, and everyone's like, "Yeah, we knew you guys were coming 2 days ago. What the fuck?"
What do you mean you didn't get robbed yet?
Oh, God.
You know how hard it is to rob an armored car?
Nowadays, extremely. Back then, I don't know.
Still hard.
All right. How
Yeah,
long have we
took
been doing
that
this
thing
tonight?
An hour and 8 minutes.
Hey, look at us. We're
at
doing pretty
that.
good. We're doing pretty good this.
Extra review tonight.
Yeah.
Battery problems, and we still get through an hour
Still
and
get
change.
through.
Exactly.
Easy. Hours easy.
Anything serious you guys want to talk about before we end this thing?
I thought we weren't talking about serious stuff.
I don't
That
want
was
to, but I'm
serious.
going to give you the option.
All right, the only serious thing I want to talk about is the fact that Letterkenny's ending.
I know that's sad.
That's kind of sad.
It's ending.
Although
ending?
it was getting
Yes, season
a
12.
little bit repetitive.
This Christmas will be the final season.
Oh,
The trailer is legitimately just Katie in a bathing suit
I mean that
walking
works.
in the forest. And it just says Letterkenny season 12.
What about
the final
the
season?
Blueberry Bandit Bulldog?
Shorzy is getting a season 3 already.
Okay.
It got season 3 before season 2 was announced, or before it came out.
It sort of has to. They cliffhangered it.
I know, they did so good. Season 2 was so good.
It was.
So good. I love season 2.
It was like 6 episodes, but it was so good.
Oh,
So
Six
something
episodes.
serious? Second Amendment stuff.
what do you want to know?
Miller v. Bonta?
Yeah. So
Bless you.
they extended, right? They granted the stay
Okay.
Did they do an
on
emergency
Benitez's
stay?
ruling.
Okay.
Yes.
They did.
Yeah, they granted it until the ruling on the merits. Then they expedited the hearing, so the briefs are all due. The first brief I want to say is due like next week, and then the reply brief is due 14 days after that. The optional response to the reply is due a week after that, and the hearing, the oral arguments are going to be December 9th. I don't believe they've assigned judges yet.
Oh, okay.
So we don't know what 3 judges are going to get it.
Okay.
They might know. My question is, did they expedite the hearing because they know what 3-judge panel is active with room on the docket, and they know they're going to get the favorable ruling? Like the Chief Justice of the Ninth Circuit knows he's going to get the ruling he wants. This would be my question. I don't know.
Okay.
I've got no evidence to say that's the fact, but that was my thought as soon as I heard they expedited the hearing.
So it's not a lottery option? A lottery?
It's supposed to be random selection.
Right,
It's supposed to be
Supposed to
a
be.
randomly selected 3-judge panel.
right. Supposed to be.
Yeah. Which isn't to say I don't know if the 3-judge panels sit. Well, I don't know how they would do it. I don't know if they rotate within the day, or if a 3-judge panel sits together for a bunch of cases for a whole day or for a whole week or something, and then they rotate. I don't know how that works.
Okay.
But
yeah,
even then,
I mean-
even if they do that, it still could be because there's 26
Right.
justices
So
in the
they
Ninth
could
Circuit, I
figure
think.
it out. I mean, they could just,
So it could be any. It could be any number of combinations of the 3.
yeah, based on a rotation.
But it's going to be December 9th.
Okay. So it's not too far away.
No.
And
and
that'll
then,
be
and then what's the process after they do oral arguments?
Then it goes quiet until they file their opinion. Then the losing side can appeal to an en banc panel or skip the en banc panel and appeal directly to the Supreme Court.
So en banc would be how many judges, or how does that
It's
work?
11 in the Ninth Circuit.
Okay.
Oh wow.
So if the state loses, my guess is they will appeal to an en banc panel. If the petitioner loses,
He's going to forego the en banc.
then they're going to appeal directly to the Supreme Court and try and expedite the process because they're going to assume that they're going to get a disfavorable ruling en banc in the Ninth Circuit and they'll get a favorable ruling from the Supreme Court.
Yeah. And I would suspect that just based upon where the Ninth Circuit sits.
Yo, the Ninth Circuit's pretty split at this point.
Is it really?
Yes.
13 and 13?
I don't know if it's exactly split, but it's pretty close.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, interesting.
And you get a couple of random justices that are judges. I don't know what they're called in the Ninth Circuit. That are like, there's the one guy who was on the motions panel that granted the stay from Hawaii. He was appointed by Trump. He's incredibly conservative, but he's not good on Second Amendment issues.
Interesting.
He's very liberal on Second Amendment issues.
Okay.
So you get there's a handful of justices that jump from the ideology of the person that appointed them on particular issues.
So,
And that's actually probably true for most of the justices, but most of those issues are issues that don't come up. It's going to be like corporate rights or something, but this one just happens to
Right.
stand out.
Right.
so basically, this is a lot of posturing more than anything else, because isn't it text and tradition or history?
Oh, I
versus
mean,
the balance. I mean, it's kind of like it's one or the other, and it doesn't really. I mean,
I don't think that the arguments the circuit courts are making anywhere to uphold magazine bans and assault weapons bans are intellectually honest.
okay,
Because if they're being honest with themselves, with the way the Supreme Court wrote the judgment from Bruin, they would think that that those cases are going to come out that those things are unconstitutional. they're putting forth an interpretation that they think is accurate, even though it disagrees with the Supreme Court. For whatever reason, to buy time, hopefully, like hoping something changes about the Supreme Court's makeup in the time that they buy, in the year and a half it takes to get to the Supreme Court and whatever. Who knows what they're doing? But as far as the current Supreme Court's makeup, they're being intellectually dishonest about the outcome.
Got it.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, has there ever been a push up from the lower courts that the Supreme Court ended up changing their own decision or process making?
Yeah, it just happened with abortion.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
In fact, it happened with Heller, too.
Did it?
But that's largely like individual rights in the Second Amendment. Like the Supreme Court doesn't take many Second Amendment cases historically.
Right.
There aren't many decisions about the Second Amendment over the last 100 years.
From the Supreme Court.
Yes.
I feel like that's because we all had an understanding of what it was to begin with.
I mean, it's largely about a developing, like the way the nation developed and the way the federal government developed, like how they expressed their powers, the things they tried to do. It just didn't come up very often. And then it started to come up and they sort of soft-footed it initially. And then individual rights for self-defense and the individual right to arms didn't largely come up in the Supreme Court until like McDonald and Heller, which is 20 years ago.
Okay.
Or more.
Yeah, I was about to say, it feels like in the last
I feel like
30
Heller
years.
was 2008.
Well, wasn't who was it that was caught up in the shooting of the baseball event where the Republicans were playing the Democrats in baseball?
I don't know.
And was it the Brady law that initially started?
No, because Brady just expired.
Right. But,
Well, parts of Brady expired.
but didn't
The background check is still up.
Right. So, okay. The question I'm actually having, or the clarification that I'm looking for, is Brady was back in the 90s, correct?
Yes.
So
It was the assault weapons ban, right?
that's what I was thinking.
Plus background checks.
Okay. So, but didn't the Brady law come out of the attempted assassination of Ronald Reagan and him?
I don't think so.
Okay. Because Reagan would have been in the 70s.
I feel like Brady came out of Columbine.
What, that was what, 81?
No. Columbine was when I was in high school.
It was 1993.
93.
Yeah.
The Brady Law was 93.
Brady law was.
When was Columbine?
That's a good question.
I think it might have been after that. So
Yeah, I feel like Columbine was closer to 2000.
Columbine was in the 2000s. It was after.
it was not in the 2000s.
No, it was in the 90s
Was
or
it?
80s.
It was in the late 90s.
Really
for
thought it was
sure.
early 80s.
Because my buddy went to college with a girl that was at Columbine.
The Columbine shooting took place in 1999.
99.
Yeah, it was closer to 2000.
So maybe Brady came out of the drug violence of the late 80s and early 90s in places like LA.
Well, it was 93 that the Brady law was put into action, correct?
Yeah, and then the assault weapons ban expired at some point.
Right. That part expired. So you think the background check situation will become unconstitutional as well?
No, I don't think so. I don't think they'd overturn that.
Okay. I mean, because it's not really infringing on the rights of
No, the-
law-abiding citizens. It's infringing on the rights of who? I mean, the general public. I mean, most citizens of the United States.
I mean, at some point they're going to have to refine the text as informed by history and tradition, because there were no background checks, but there was also no there was no tools for background checks in 1776.
Right. So, how do you get that kind of like threaded through?
They'll find a way because they're not overturning that. There's no way. They might overturn it. Like if background checks went so far as to prohibit family to family transfers or like inheritance, that might run afoul of this court.
Okay.
But I don't think general background checks would ever run afoul of this court.
You know, you just made a comment, run afoul of this court. Do you think because of the way the assault bans
Oh, listen.
cases are going and the magazine bans are going, that the Democrats are going to, or the liberals are going to push for packing the court?
No.
No?
No. Because I think everyone that knows anything, anyone that has any sort of judicial common sense understands that will be the end of the legitimacy of this court.
Got it.
Or any Supreme Court thereafter.
Interesting.
The Brady law was because of the president.
Reagan?
Yes.
Okay.
Jim the Bear Brady was the guy who got shot.
Right, and what year was that?
Yeah, but Reagan got shot in the 80s.
This was March 30th, 1981, during an assassination attempt against the president. In addition, President Reagan, Jim, and 2 law enforcement officers were shot. Jim was the press secretary. And
Okay.
he took a bullet, which caused him to be partially paralyzed.
Right.
So,
Well, okay, but I'll buy that the inspiration was for the president, but that's not why it got passed in the end.
so it was his wife. She started doing the political footwork for it.
Yeah, I get that. But something had to happen in the 10, 12 years that it took to pass it that changed the political landscape so that it could pass.
Yeah, I mean,
That would be interesting.
It had to be drug violence.
I think it probably was.
Probably.
Because it says here the original Brady legislation was introduced in 1988. It took 6 votes over 7 years and 3 presidencies until Sarah Jim and their team were able to get victory.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, so it was definitely gun. It was the 80s gun violence probably built.
Yeah, it
up
was the
to
Coke era.
Yeah,
It had to be. Because you had to change something in the political landscape to get the extra votes.
yeah,
Because it wasn't there, obviously, after the president got shot.
yeah. Because it would have been passed that year,
Yeah.
but it took 7 plus to get it going.
Well, I think part of the things that they were up against was, yes, he tried to assassinate him, but the Secret Service that was around did not have the semi-automatic weapons or the automatic weapons hidden underneath their coats that were supposed to have been. So no, I guess the situation that I'm trying to describe is that if they're going to restrict assault weapons, they have to restrict them on the Secret Service as well, and that's why it took so long for it to move forward from that.
Well, I don't think that's accurate.
No?
No.
Okay.
I don't think they would have. I don't think they would stop law enforcement agencies from having those weapons.
No, and they did.
But I also,
But I think that's what stalled it for so long. Why
I
it
also
took
don't
so
know what
long.
kind of weapon he used.
I don't remember. I don't remember. But I
mean,
don't
it's-
think it was an assault rifle.
I don't think so either.
I thought it was a pistol, wasn't it?
I thought it was a pistol.
Yeah.
I don't know. At this point, it's just a political who gets to appoint what judges.
Right.
And then it becomes very practical. Like, if the court somehow went hard liberal and they started passing things like bans and confiscations and the like, who's going to enforce those things? We've already had sheriffs in Nevada, in rural Nevada, that were like, we're not going to do that.
Right.
And they wouldn't.
But would
And they have very practical reasons for it.
wouldn't it be ATF that would come
They
in?
don't have the
and do it?
manpower for that.
Okay.
They would probably try at some point, but manpower is the biggest thing for them.
Sure.
And I don't know that anyone's going into rural anywhere or
Oh,
you know
God, no.
haulers in Appalachia to confiscate weapons.
No.
That's
Not-
just a recipe for disaster.
Yeah. Anyone who's seen The Hills Have Eyes is not going anywhere rural.
No, and that's the sheriff's in Nevada. That's the sheriff's arguments, regardless of political belief, and they're making them out of a political stance. But on a practical level, they're saying, "I'm not putting my deputies in that position."
Yeah.
You're asking deputies to die for this.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Because those people have lots.
yeah,
I do like that video of Reagan, though, giving that speech like a couple years after the assassination. And that balloon pops in the background, and he just goes, "Ha, missed."
Oh, there goes Casey.
Yeah.
We got close. All right, let's call this thing.
All right, guys, that was
it?
another Daily Torch. I'm Kevin. The guy in a black screen is Casey.
Hey, hey.
He's Lane. And if you guys have made it this far, go ahead and give us a like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.